Developer Cold Cemetery held an open beta for the challenging dark action RPG Mortal Shell, where over 350,000 took on the open beta. Originally, the developer had planned to keep it closed beta, but after seeing the public demand, decided to open up for those who wanted to try out the combat. During that time, over 5 million people watched it streamed on Twitch and YouTube. Other fun facts include the merchant cat was stroked 150,000 times. That's a lot of strokes. If you want to know what's striking about Mortal Shell, this Souls-like brings its own flavour to the genre as players take on the dark world while adopting different shells which grant a number of skills and special abilities. We also got to have a live stream with the developers on our Twitch channel as well as streamed the beta. If you're curious to learn more about Mortal Shell, you can check out our gameplay on our YouTube channel. During Nintendo's Direct Mini this week, which showcased a number of third-party titles, Kotaku America and Gus Studios have announced the sequel, Atelier Ryza 2 Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy. In Atelier Ryza 2 Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy, Ryza makes her return following the events of the first title, Atelier Ryza Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout. This previous title shipped over 420,000 copies to date. This makes the first time in Atelier history that the same main character has returned in 2 successive titles. A teaser site has now gone live for the Atelier Ryza 2 Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy, with more details coming on July 29th. Atelier Ryza 2 Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy will release on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and PC via Steam. No release date has been announced as of yet. The party-based adventure RPG The Waylanders will be coming to GOG's Games in Development program this July 27, 2020. Those who want to get their hands on the game on GOG can get the title for $34.99 with a temporary discount of 10% off. The party-based game features real-time combat with tactical pause option for players to have control over offensive formations. The title has 6 basic classes, a choice of 30 advanced classes, and 9 companion characters to choose from, with the option for romance. Recently, the developer announced an early access roadmap for 2020, which outlines what will be coming to the early access during the development stage, which includes a forged crafting system, new features, story, and more. The MMORPG Star Wars The Old Republic has now been released on Steam, launching with both crossplay and cross-save features. The Old Republic was originally released in 2011 on PC, so if you're already playing on Origin, you can now play using Steam. Star Wars The Old Republic follows your own tale in a galaxy far, far away, but over 3,000 years before the classic movies. Choose to play as a Jedi, a Sith, bounty hunter, or as one of the iconic 8 roles from the series. There are also 5 narrative expansions with plenty of adventures to be had. The game is free to play, but there is an optional subscription available on Steam which includes level cap increase to Onslaught, Knights of the Eternal Throne, and Knights of the Fallen Empire expansions, plus unlimited access to a number of game modes for $15 a month. You'll still need the external Star Wars The Old Republic client in order to run the game, but now you'll have the option to manage your subscription and installation process via Steam. Last month, EA added a number of titles to the Steam library, including Dragon Age Inquisition and Dragon Age 2. BioWare producer Mark Dara this week has confirmed that work is still ongoing for upcoming Dragon Age 4. Last we saw of Dragon Age 4 was a brief teaser clip during EA Play Live, which showed a couple of locations. But there has been confirmation from the BioWare producer himself, Mark Dara, through the power of Twitter. He shared a tweet explaining why there hadn't been much news on the upcoming project, and the reason is mainly to do with the new arrangements due to the pandemic. The development team are currently working from home, which has not been easy for many teams who now are working in a home environment. This of course slows down development, but Dara does say that they're still making progress, so that's good news. While this isn't huge news, it's a slight update on how things are going, which is reassuring. Are you excited for Dragon Age 4? Let us know in the comments below. The developer MiHoYo has announced their upcoming open-world online action RPG Genshin Impact will be releasing on platforms PC, iOS and Android before October. The exact launch date will be announced soon according to their tweet. Currently, Genshin Impact is having an ongoing closed beta on multiple platforms, which started on July 2nd. I've been trying out the RPG on PlayStation 4, which we streamed on our Twitch channel, and previously on PC. PlayStation 4 will be getting the final closed beta test on July 30th. Genshin Impact invites players into a world full of elemental magic with a number of cute and quirky characters to play. The combat system lets you form a party of characters which you can switch out on the fly and combo between their abilities. Genshin Impact will release before October on PC, iOS and Android. It will also be coming to PlayStation 4 as well as Nintendo Switch at some point. If you want to get to know more about this title, be sure to check out our Genshin Impact closed beta preview, Breath of the Elements. Obsidian not only announced during the Xbox Games Showcase this week that a new DLC will be releasing for their title The Outer Worlds, as well as more about Grounded, but they also shared their next title, a first-person RPG called Avowed. Described as an expansive first-person RPG, Avowed got an announcement trailer set in the same world as their highly acclaimed CRPG Pillars of Eternity. But what's interesting is the first-person view it takes on, rather than the isometric view of their latest entry Pillars of Eternity 2. Holding magic in one hand and a sword in the other, it looks to have a mix of combat with a sort of Elder Scrolls Skyrim-esque feel to it. There was no release date for Avowed, but it will be coming to Xbox Series X and PC, as well as Xbox Game Pass, much like the other titles announced during the showcase. The quirky sci-fi action RPG The Outer Worlds will be getting a new DLC known as The Peril of Gorgon. The DLC was announced during the Xbox Games Showcase, which will be releasing on PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC on September 9th. The Outer Worlds Peril on Gorgon features a brand new story where your crew explore a number of new areas as you try to unearth secrets about the Gorgon project. The narrative follows a mysterious asteroid, which by the name of the DLC probably isn't the safest. According to the announcement, this is just the beginning of the downloadable content. A second story-based expansion is also in the works. This is fantastic news for players who want to continue their Outer Worlds adventures. The trailer also shows a number of new science weapons and terrible creatures. The Outer Worlds Peril on Gorgon will be releasing on Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC on September 9th, 2020, which can be purchased separately or as part of the Outer Worlds expansion pass. Fans who have been long awaiting the return of the fantasy RPG title finally can rejoice as Fable was unveiled during the Xbox Games Showcase. The game was announced to be coming to Xbox Series X and PC, being developed by Playground Games. The first Fable title was released back in 2004 for Xbox, with the last game in the franchise to be released being Fable 3, which launched in 2010. The RPG title let players drive the narrative with a number of choices that impacted the world around them, affecting their reputation and the role in the game's world. The Xbox Games Showcase finished with a bang, leaving the last title to be announced being Fable. Fable will be coming to Xbox Series X and PC, no release date as of yet. It will also be part of the Xbox Game Pass. Well, that's it for the Week in the Wikis. Please join us again next week for yet another great week of gaming. Remember to check out our VIP program for some exclusive supporter benefits. And budding writers should take advantage of our Become an Author initiative. Thanks again for being part of this great community. Keep checking in with us with news, reviews, YouTube streams and vids, and general wiki goodness.